Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum students. Once again, welcome Pakistan International School Type Virtual Learning System. This lecture is for grade second year boys and girls Pakistan Studies, and today we will complete chapter 3. Chapter 3, Geography of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. In the previous lecture, we discussed chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3 reduced syllabus. And I told you about the reduced syllabus. Today we will discuss from chapter 3 the first topic, which we will discuss transit facilities for Afghanistan and landlocked Central Asian states. Transit means the carrying of things or people from one place to another. And the landlocked Central Asian state, landlocked means the meaning of landlocked. Landlocked country or landlocked state is a sovereign state that does not have territory connected to an ocean or sea. Now we will discuss the transit facilities for Afghanistan and the landlocked Central Asian states. Afghanistan and these landlocked Central Asian states, these are the states. I will tell you also the name of these states. It can be asked in short question, name the Central Asian states. And why we call it landlocked state? Because there is no seaport and these states are not connected to any ocean. Pakistan started in the days when Supreme Soviet Empire was enjoying a position of command in the world affairs. The Soviet Union occupied an enormous area larger than any other state in the world. Also, I have told you in the previous lecture when we were discussing the importance in world politics, I told you the USSR. I told you that before the 1991, we called the Russia USSR, and it was a large country and having enormous area larger than any other state in the world. And Pakistan, you know that, did not share direct border with the Soviet Union, only a small, just 20 kilometer strip of Afghan territory, what we called it Wakhan, separated from the Soviet state of Tajikistan in the year 1989 as a result of her defeat, USSR defeat at the hands of Afghan. Soviet Union withdraw her forces from Afghanistan and the Soviet Empire was dismembered and the state that made a part of Soviet Union was liberated. Russia is the most important of these states. Now we call it Russia. Many Muslim majority states that formed part of the defunct Soviet Empire no longer Soviet Empire are now independent and most important. These are the names of these Central Asian states which took freedom, got freedom from USSR. These are Tajikistan. It can be short question named Central Asian states. So these are Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. These are the states, all these are Muslim states. Muslims are majority in these small or the Central Asian states. And the Muslim states taken together when we call this refer to the Central Asian Muslim states. Pakistan, you know that it is the foreign policy of Pakistan to create friendly relations with all the Muslim countries, and Pakistan has also these countries with these countries friendly and brethren relation with these countries, also with Afghanistan and all these Muslim states. Why? Because of Islamic fraternity, bond of Islamic fraternity join these countries together. And these states, Afghanistan and these states are landlocked states. They are not having any sea or ocean or connected any territory of these countries. So coastal area of the defunct Soviet Union are extremely cold and water. You know that the Soviet Union, now Russia is a superpower country and still Soviet Union extremely cold and water in the sea adjoining all the year throughout the year, that is frozen throughout the year and not possible trade in these area in these sea, navigation impossible or extremely limited. Why? Because the weather is too much cold and water that is frozen. Since transportation through sea, that is the cheapest mean of conducting import and export of goods, no country in the world can be made or can maintain a favorable balance of trade without the help of ocean or maritime trade facilities. Allah bless Pakistan, with the gift of warm water. Warm water means all the year it flows and all the year seaports, Pakistan throughout the year seaport remains operative, working all the year. I told you in Soviet Union, now Russia, all the year the water is free. No trade is possible. But in Pakistan, Allah bless the gift of warm water. Why we use the word warm water? Because the seaports remain working operative throughout the year. Pakistan maintains two fine seaports. It can be asked in short question, name the seaports of Pakistan: Karachi seaport, Port Qasim seaport, Kaki Bandar and Jawadar, are all now the seaports of Pakistan. Pakistan extends transit trade facilities to Afghanistan and the Central Asian states in the same manner as it did in the days of the defunct Soviet Empire. So all the trade is done from Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Central Asian states. Goods consigned for these states are first unloaded from ships where at Pakistan seaport and then again reloaded and from how road transport to reach their destination in Afghanistan, Russia, and other Central Asian states like Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan. These are the Central Asian states. First of all the material or all the things unloaded from ships at Pakistan seaports. Why Pakistan seaports? Because Pakistan seaports throughout the year warm water, because Pakistan has the warm water seaport and it remains throughout the year, works throughout the year and then reloaded on road transport to reach their destination in Afghanistan, Russia and other Central Asian states with the purpose to expedite and expand the transit facilities. An enormous network of motorway was planned during the last decade of the 20th century. 3 out of 8 sections have so far started operating. Also, can be asking MCQs. Now, the next topic, tourist attraction in Pakistan. Pakistan tourist attraction of Pakistan. Allah bless Pakistan, the most beautiful and diverse natural beauty in the world. And it's cradle of Asian civilization, melting pot of religions and cultures. Pakistan. Why? Because Pakistan has a variety of weather and from the stretches of great mountain ranges in the north to the vast alluvial delta of the Indus River in the south. And Pakistan remains a land blessed with nature beauty and majestic mountains with shining deserts and some of the world's highest peaks. This is the reason that many tourists, they visited Pakistan on different times, and the country has a myriad attraction for sightseers, trekkers, and mountaineers. For those interested in wild, the people, Pakistan is the place to be. It's It's a land that holds a reservoir of knowledge for archaeologists, historians, artists, anthropologists, and it contains deep religious heritage for pilgrims of various faiths and beliefs. These attributes mean that the tourism sector in Pakistan has started to register expansion and speedy growth. This is the reason that why the tourists attracted in Pakistan, because Allah bless Pakistan, a natural scenic beauty. Now the tourist attraction in Pakistan, tourism serves three main purposes. Why the tourism? What is the main purpose or the main objective of tourism. Of course, first of all, research and fact finding, attainment of knowledge and information, recreation. These are the basic purpose of tourism. This is also your exercise short question. Mark this question. Question number 11. This is your exercise short question. In this, three main objectives of tourism. So these are the main three important purposes or the objectives of tourism. Research and fact finding, attainment of knowledge and information, recreation. Next, Pakistan offered an enormous treasure of tourist attraction to satisfy all these needs. I told you at the start, tourist attraction, Pakistan has the variety or the different kinds, enormous treasure for the tourists. Number one, archaeological treasure. Number two, historical building. Number three, health and recreation resort. This is the reason why the tourists visited Pakistan, because Pakistan enormous treasure, variety of these treasure. And also this is your exercise question. Under what major heads important sites of tourist attraction can be studied? Question number 12. This is your exercise short question. Under what major heads important sites of tourist attraction can be studied? These are the three major attractions or the three main categories, the three main parts of tourism. First of all, archaeological treasure we will discuss now step by step. Archaeological treasure, then historical buildings, health and recreation resorts. Archaeological sites of so far unearthed in Pakistan are the source of great attraction. We will discuss all archaeological sites in detail like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Fort Diji. We will discuss in detail chapter 6. So here just a little introduction of these about a little information about these places. And in this chapter, we shall try to have a bird's eye view for the health and recreation resort and other sorts of tourist attraction in our country. At the start of, I told you the northern part, the mountain located in the northern part of Pakistan. Also, we discussed in chapter 2 in detail the northern part, the mountain series, a mountain range in the northern part, and mostly the snow cover, the peaks of these mountains, they are covered with snow throughout the year. And due to extreme cold in the months from November to February, the vessel of life gives movement of life gives way to a frigid activity. Very cold in temperature. In extremely cold areas, people leave their homes and migrate to lowland along with their cattle and essential household belongings. Why? Because the weather is very cold in this area, the northern part of the Pakistan, and mostly the mountain covered with snow all the year. So the people they migrate and they move to the other part of the country. Why? Because because of the weather, and with their cattle and essential household belongings. As the spring sets in, the vessel of life starts showing up again. People turn their home, and tourists from all over the country they came in these places, they enjoy, and as well as from abroad migrate to these areas in great number. Most of the hill resorts in the province of Punjab and KPK are 6 to 8,000 feet high. They have scenic beauty and extremely pleasant weather conditions. This is the reason the tourists attractive in these places, because of the scenic beauty and the extremely pleasant weather conditions. Murree and Patriata are the most effective and beautiful attractive places and hill station in the province of Punjab. It can be asked in MCQs. Murree is in which province, or the Patriata? These are in the province of Punjab, and moving higher within a radius of 60 to 70 kilometers. Ayodhya, Kanpur, and Nathia Gali are the panoramic hill station located in the KPK. Now, Murree and Patriyata in Punjab, Ayodhya and Kanpur, Nathia Gali, these are in KPK. Beautiful valley of Kavan and Sawar, where it is located. Also, it can be asked in MCQs. KPK, located near Naran, is the lake Saiful Malook, one of the most ravishing high altitude lakes in the world. Also, it can be asked in MCQs about the name of this lake. That is a beautiful or the delightful high altitude lake in the world. Shogran and Siripaya are the other tourist attractions located in the same vicinity. In the valley of Sawar, Sadu Sharif, Markaz, Bezeen, and Kalam are well-known tourist attractions. Malam Jabba, Niadam are emerging as comparatively new hill retreats in the same area. These are the new places for the tourists in this area. Now the traveler with some knowledge of history while pulling through those historic routes of Pakistan would experience that he has become a part of the remote age, now vast fame in the history, in the head of history and makes a traditional story. The serpentine road that enter Pakistan at Torkham passing through the drive around the Khyber Pass has been the most ancient route, the old route of the conquerors and the trade, caravans, the Aryans of Scythians, the Parasians, the Greeks, the Bactrians, the Kushans, the Huns, and the Turks, Mongols, Mughals entered South Asia from this route through these routes. Peshawar, the headquarters of the Northwest Province, KPK. This is an ancient city or the old city famous for the Balahisar Fort. Also can be asked in MCQs. Balahisar Fort is located in which province? Okay, that is in Peshawar. And why it is famous for the copper utensils, waistcoats, sandals decorated with embroidery, glass work, and its bazaar filled with the mouth-watering for the chapli kebab, the most remarkable of these bazaar, Kitta Khani, is now a living legend. Also, this MCQ many times asked in your board exam, Kitta Khani Bazaar, where it is? It is in Peshawar. The Greek conqueror Alexander of the Greek Great crossed the Indus at the place slightly downstream the point where the Atak Bridge now stands. Pulling through from Peshawar, Textile is located 16 kilometers from short of Islamabad. Also underlined, it can be asked in MCQs, Textile is located dash kilometers short of Islamabad or from Islamabad, 16 kilometers. The city of Texla and its suburbs preserve the remain of the magnificent Buddhist ruler Ashoka and the later period. Ancient city of Peshawar, the old city of the Peshawar, the KPK headquarters has always remained an object of special interest for historians and researchers. In the Punjab, like Lahore, Multan, Bahawalpur, Kasur, and many other small areas or townships like Dhera, district Sargodha, also can be asked. Dhera is located in district Sargodha in MCQs and enjoy the same historic position and they have the history. Valley of Sakesar is a beautiful health resort in the district of Kushab. Also, it can be asked in MCQs. It is very important topic for MCQs and short questions. Kalar Kahar, the Valley of Peacock. It can be asked, dash is the Valley of Peacock. Kalar Kahar is a beautiful place, attractive place for tourists and the more people after the opening of the Lahore-Islamabad motorway. But there is a long way to go before it acquires the position of a developed tourist resort. Karachi, you know, the capital of Sindh province, has a moderate coastal climate because of sea. It is neither very cold in winter, not very cold in summer. Also, we have discussed what is the reason because of sea. Tourists from within the country like to visit Karachi during winter because summer in the plain of Pakistan is extremely hot. Clifton and Hawke's Bay are the ravishing coastal tourist attractions. So in Manora and offshore beautiful island near Karachi, Manchar and Haliji lakes are the important tourist attraction in the interior. Things. Ziyarat. Ziyarat, that is the most beautiful and the health resort in the province of Balochistan. Also can be asked in MCQs. And Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah spent his last days this beautiful place, health resort. And there are many other tourist resorts near Quetta and also Hana Lake is one of them. Also can be asked in MCQs. Hana Lake is in dash province, that is in province Balochistan. K2, that the world's second highest mountain peak that is in Pakistan and in which part Karakoram range in the north of Pakistan, and you know that K2 offer a challenge to mountain climbers because it's technically the world's most difficult climbing and even more difficult than the highest Mount Everest. In Chitral, there are three valleys. Also, it can be asked in short question, and the name of these valleys are in Chitral, the beautiful place of Pakistan, and mostly that is the most attractive place for the tourists. And the three valleys, Bambore, Ramber, and Bareer, inhabited by the Kafir of Kailash. The fascinating valley of Hunza is a full of life of the people who inhabit it. Kafir of Kailash, these are the people, they have their own religion and they have their own old civilization and they are following their traditions. The fascinating valley of the Hunza is as full of life as people will inhabit it. The Hunzas are known for their longevity. The old trade route between Pakistan and China. Also, we have discussed what we call the Pakistan and China Silk Route. And also we call Karakoram Highway, and this is one of the most or the highest metal roads in the world, which connected Pakistan and China. We call Karakoram Highway or the Silk Route. Lahore, the heart of the East, it's the famous for its cultural and spiritual tradition, and this is the main center of culture and spiritual center. The great mystic Hazrat Mujaddid Al-Islami gave the name of Kutub of cities. Kutub is a very high rank among the mystic order. It can be asked in MCQs. Hazrat Mujaddid Al-Islami gave the name, gave the name Lahore, the Kutub of cities. Or also the meaning of Kutub is a very high rank among the mystic order. Most remarkable among the monuments of Lahore, also it can be asked in short question, name the monuments of Lahore. These are Badshahi Masjid, Shahi Qila, Tomb of Jahangir and Noor Jahan. The beautiful mall now known as the Shahar-e Quaid-e-Azam remind the days of British imperialism. You know that before the creation, before the 1947, the British, and it reminds the day of British imperialism put up on the side of the mall are impressive structure of churches. Churches, the worship place of Christians, and government college now, government college university and the University of the Punjab. Facing the old university building is Lahore Museum, Hanan Zamzama or the Kingston immortalized by Kipling is set in the center of the mall between the university and the museum building. Traveling through the lush green Punjab to the ancient Harappa, that passing through the desert area of the province, we reach the Madinatul Awliya, the city of the saints. Also, it can be asked in MCQs and many times it is asked. Madinatul Awliya we called Multan. Multan is called the Madinatul Awliya, pulling through the date palm orchards clustering round the historic city of Bahawalpur, moving down on Pakistan Highway and touching the summit of road Mohenjo-daro. We advance towards Karachi. We will discuss Mohenjo-daro and these old civilizations in detail, chapter 6. The Karachi, the capital of Sindh and Pakistan, largest city. Tourists enjoy camel ride on Karachi beach and take pleasure in the sight of endless ocean. Other cultural sites of scenes like Thasta, Bambor are not far away from Karachi. On the other side, there is a headquarter of Pakistan's federal government located in the midst of lush green Margala Hills, Islamabad. Also, it can be asked in MCQs. That is Islamabad, which is located in Margala Hills. One of the most modern and also it is the capital city, the federal government located main headquarter, capital of Pakistan. And the most modern capital city in the world is known for its elegant government offices, the Faisal Masjid. Also, can be asked in MCQs. Faisal Masjid in Islamabad, educational institution and breathtaking beauty for its park and excursion sites. Nature has endowed Pakistan with endless treasure of natural beauty, but due to the city of resources, we have not yet been able to develop our tourist site up to international standards. Now, you know that Allah bless Pakistan with endless treasure or the natural beauty. Pakistan is full of natural beauty, but what the thing is need to pay attention and to develop these sites at the international standard. Develop up to world-class standards, our sites definitely have a potential to attract a great number of tourists. Of course, it will bring income, it will bring foreign exchange or the money. By doing this, we shall enhance our foreign exchange earnings and introduce ourselves as a peace-loving country with rich traditions of civilized life. Now, what are the things to be done that this tourist sites or our these beautiful places should be developed, should be international standards, and what will be, it will enhance our foreign exchange earning and standard of our country and introduce ourselves as a peace-loving country with rich tradition of civilized life. Hope students you understand today's lecture. It's very easy. It is important topic for short question and MCQs. Hope you understand. And the next lecture we will discuss the exercise of this chapter. Then we will start chapter 4. Thank you, students.